What if I told you that the car parked outside your neighbor's house could tell you almost nothing about how much money they actually have? Think about it. When you see someone driving a Ferrari, a Lamborghini, or a brand new luxury SUV, you probably assume they are doing pretty well. And honestly, that's understandable. We've been taught to associate expensive cars with success. The better the car, the more successful the person must be. But what if that idea is completely backwards? Because some of the wealthiest people in America drive cars that most people would completely ignore. A Toyota, a Honda, a Ford, maybe a car that's 5, 10, or even 15 years old. And no, they haven't necessarily forgotten to upgrade. Sometimes they simply don't see the point. Here's the part that gets interesting. A rich person doesn't necessarily think, "Can I afford this car?" They think, "What is this car going to cost me?" Those are two very different questions. Imagine you have two people. The first person earns a very good income. They buy a $70,000 luxury SUV. It looks incredible. The interior is beautiful, everyone notices it. Their friends think they've made it, but then come the monthly payments, insurance, maintenance, fuel, registration, and of course, depreciation. The second person earns even more money, but they drive a 10-year-old Toyota. Nobody is impressed by it. Nobody asks them how much it cost, but they have hundreds of thousands of dollars invested. Their expenses are under control, and they don't need their car to prove anything. Which person is actually wealthier? You can't answer that by looking at the parking lot, and that's exactly the point. A car is one of the easiest ways to look successful without actually being financially successful, because cars are visible. Your investment account isn't. Your retirement savings aren't. The business you're quietly building isn't. The money you've saved for your family isn't. Nobody sees those things when you drive past them on the highway. They only see the car. And that's why cars have become such a powerful status symbol. They allow us to communicate success instantly. You don't have to explain anything. You just pull up, and people make assumptions. But wealthy people who understand money often see the game differently. They know that most cars are depreciating assets. And depreciation is one of the biggest reasons a smart buyer thinks twice before spending a fortune on a vehicle. The moment you drive a brand new car off the dealership lot, it can begin losing value. And unlike an investment that might grow over time, your car usually isn't working for you. It's costing you money. Now, that doesn't mean buying a nice car is always a bad decision. If you genuinely love cars, if you can easily afford one, and buying it doesn't interfere with your financial goals, then enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem starts when the car becomes more important than your financial future. And this is where something called lifestyle inflation comes in. Lifestyle inflation is surprisingly simple. You make more money, so you spend more money. Then you make even more money, so you upgrade your house, upgrade your car, upgrade your vacations, upgrade your clothes, upgrade everything. And eventually you're earning a lot more than you used to. But somehow you still feel like you don't have enough. That's the trap. Your income goes up, but your lifestyle rises right along with it. So instead of becoming financially free, you simply become more expensive to maintain. A wealthy mindset tries to break that cycle. If someone starts making an extra $50,000 a year, they don't necessarily feel the need to spend all $50,000. They might invest some of it, save some of it, build a business, buy an asset, or simply keep their lifestyle exactly the same. And that's where wealth starts becoming powerful, because the money you don't spend today can give you options tomorrow. Think about a person who drives a paid-off car for another 5 years. They don't have a car payment. They don't need the newest model. They don't need to impress anyone. And the money they aren't spending can go somewhere else. Over time, those decisions can become much more important than the car sitting in their driveway. This is also why you shouldn't judge someone's financial situation by their appearance. The person wearing expensive clothes might be heavily in debt. The person wearing a $10 shirt might own several businesses. The person driving a luxury SUV might be making payments every month. And the person driving an old Honda might have millions invested. You simply don't know. And that's one of the biggest lessons about wealth. Real wealth is often invisible. Think about it. If someone has $1 million invested, you can't see it when they're walking down the street. If someone owns a profitable business, you might never know. If someone has enough savings to walk away from a terrible job, you probably won't see that either. But you can see a Lamborghini. And because it's visible, we naturally give it more importance. That's why status spending can be so dangerous. You're spending money on something partly because other people can see it. And the strange part is, those people probably don't care as much as you think they do. You might spend $70,000 upgrading your car. You might think everyone is going to notice. They don't. They might look at it for 5 seconds. Then they go back to thinking about their own lives. But you're the one making the payments. You're the one paying the insurance. You're the one paying for maintenance. You're the one losing money through depreciation. So before buying something just to look successful, there's a question worth asking. Would I still want this if nobody else could see it? That's a powerful question, because if the answer is yes, maybe you genuinely want it, but if the answer is no, you might not be buying the car. You might be buying approval, and approval is expensive. Now, here's where the story gets more interesting. We shouldn't take this idea too far. Rich people don't all drive boring cars. Some wealthy people love exotic cars. Some collect watches. Some own private jets. Some spend millions on houses. And that's perfectly fine. The difference is whether those purchases threaten their financial security. A billionaire buying a supercar is very different from someone earning $60,000 a year taking on a huge loan just to look successful. The price of the car isn't the entire story. The relationship between the purchase and the person's wealth is what matters. That's the part social media usually doesn't show you. You see the car. You don't see the bank account. You see the vacation. You don't see the credit card bill. You see the mansion. You don't see the debt. You see the lifestyle. You don't see the financial decisions behind it. And that's why comparing your life to someone else's lifestyle can be so misleading. You're comparing your behind the scenes with their highlight reel. So what should you actually learn from wealthy people and their cars? Not that you should never buy a nice car. Not that everyone should drive an old Toyota forever. And definitely not that spending money is bad. The real lesson is much simpler. Don't let your lifestyle grow faster than your wealth. If your income increases, you don't have to immediately increase your expenses. If you can afford something, that doesn't automatically mean you should buy it. And if something makes you look wealthy but makes you financially weaker, it's probably not making you richer. It's just making you look richer. The ultimate goal isn't to drive the most expensive car in the parking lot. The goal is to reach a point where your financial life gives you choices, where you can leave a job you hate, where an unexpected bill doesn't destroy your month, where you can take a risk without being terrified of losing everything, where you can help your family, where you can spend your time doing things that actually matter to you. That's a different kind of luxury, and you can't always see it from the outside. So the next time you see someone driving a 10-year-old Toyota, don't automatically assume they're struggling. They might simply understand something that most people learn much later. A car can make you look rich, but financial freedom is what actually makes you wealthy. And maybe that's why some rich people drive boring cars, not because they can't afford something better, but because they understand that they don't have to prove it. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the Cost Code. We're going to keep exploring the money habits, psychology, and decisions that separate looking wealthy from actually building wealth. Because sometimes, the smartest financial decision is the one nobody notices.